As we lay down right away, feel the breath starting to fill our body. Huge inhales, nice exhales. Today's focus is largely on helping to energize the chakras. This is a season of the West where we're releasing. It's that very much that energy of letting go, of death, of destruction, of just kind of just like the trees, just releasing what we no longer need so that we can create space for the new to eventually arise. And sometimes in that release, there comes this sense of kind of like a shift in our bodies. It's like our energy centers are readjusting to figure out the new norm, kind of figure out what it is to let go of so much stuff, whether it's identities or physical clutter in our space or whatever it is that we're working on releasing. And so sometimes these energy centers get a little bit off balance from this season, this change. So some of the chakras might become supercharged and we feel suddenly like we're overbearing, or we suddenly feel much stronger emotions towards certain things. Or some of our other chakras might be a little bit deficient and it feels like there's a black hole in the belly or the heart, or maybe there's a frog in the throat sometimes. And it just, these are kind of ideas and physical sensations that we get when our chakras are a little bit off balance. So today, to help energize these centers, to help realign and balance them out, we're going to do poses that just help the whole system, help all these areas. That'll be our focus as we head to our class. And so, taking a couple of bonus breaths here, just tune in with the body. If you could imagine the different energy centers moving all the way up the spine, just imagine how they're doing at this moment. Maybe there's certain areas that you're like, oh, if I were to point out a deficient area, I would point to this part of my body. If I were to point out an excessive area, I don't know why, but I feel it here. Just kind of visualize how you're doing. Scan up the legs, up the thighs, up the hips, up the belly, torso, arms and hands, shoulders, the neck, and the head. So having our initial scan in place, kind of like that snapshot of how we're doing at that moment, our hope is to engage all of the areas all over the body. And so with that theme to get us started, let's begin. The knees start to come into the chest. Bring a hand onto each knee, take some easy rocking motions left and right. Good. Let's take a nice first stretch for the root chakra area. Right leg extends up to sky, grab onto it. Left leg drops down to ground. Easy chance just to pull it in. These major muscle groups of the body. Root chakra, I visualize as a red color. So imagine your whole legs up to that nice tailbone area, all of these surrounding areas. Just shining a nice red color. And send 2 more breaths, nice and deep and full through this leg. Heading this right leg directly into a hip opener for the sacral chakra. We've got right ankle on left thigh, figure 4 stretch. Set up the hug. Our fingers clasp around that left side. Beautiful. Give space for that hip to open. The hips and sacral area are more of an orange color, our sacral chakra. Visualize that area just energized by that color orange. And sometimes I tend to think of a bold color. Sometimes that's useful. But other times it's like I think of that construction color of orange and it's really an intense orange. So if that's the case for you, maybe you choose more like a creamsicle orange, just a little bit softer. Good. As we release, let's take a moment to drop both feet about as wide as the mat. Do a few windshield wipers. Just kind of integrating all those areas into each other. Beautiful. Sliding the right leg long, left leg up to sky, hamstring, pull it in, give it a couple of breaths. Notice where you can energize this stretch even more. For instance, if the right knee has popped up quite significantly, maybe you're sliding the heel back out long a little bit deeper. Good. After the next exhale, let's take it to a figure 4 stretch. That left ankle to right thigh. Set up the hug. Nice orange color for this area. Another huge inhale into the body. Nice exhale. And his arms release. Again, at both feet about as wide as the mat. Do a few more windshield wipers. Just feeling sensation going on all over this area. Next chakra up, solar plexus, is engaged either by doing core stuff or by taking twists. So we'll take a little twist core exercise here. So clasp the hands behind the head, lift up the head. The left knee comes in, twist that right elbow to the left knee. Right leg slides out long above the ground. Our exhale, switch sides. Take another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Knees come back in. Spread the arms open on the floor. Tilt the knees all the way over to the left side. We're going to build up our cat chasing its tail pose. That's an amazing pose that gets all those 3 lower chakras. So this twist is good for that solar plexus chakra, the belly area. As we start to straighten the top leg, slide the left hand down that right leg. That works us a little bit more through the hamstring or root chakra. And allowing our right hand to grab the left toes behind our back. That would be the full cat chasing its tail. If any of these parts is too hard to hold on to, you can release a part of it. But imagine kind of like a candy corn, those 3 colors glowing in this area, almost like a fire. Got the reds, the oranges, the yellows. look, 2 more breaths for this half. As these come back up, twist over to the right, spread the arms open. First part of the pose. Perhaps top leg swings out, adding in some intensity for the root chakra. Maybe that left hand grabs the right toes behind your back, slide that knee down so you can feel the quad stretch. Good, just like this, easy breaths flow. More cycles. Good. And then slide everything back through the center. When the knees are back into chest, switch it to happy baby, grabbing onto feet, maybe some movements, rocking hips left and right. We're going to try to rise up to a boat pose and stay. So scoop yourself up. Choose a boat pose that's sustainable. Could have hands or not. Could have straight legs or not. Choose a spot where you can maintain for a slow count of 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good work. Grab the ankle, slide it into cobbler's pose. Relax the spine up and over. This is one of our first stretches that really gets us into the back half of the body. Sometimes it's easy for me to visualize the colors on the front half, especially when I'm laying on the ground like we have been. But this one starts us into the back half of the body. So visualize those colors, the red through the legs, and especially that orange through the hips. Lifting up. Let the legs slide out to a nice open, wide figure V shape. We're planting our right hand just on the inside of the right leg. Left hand travels up and over. Our first little touch into our heart chakra. A little bit of a green color. Good. Lifting back up. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Beautiful. Rising up. Find the hands on the floor. Slide forward and through. And that's right back down into those roots. Feel all those sensations in the legs. Inhale, nice exhale. Coming back up, take a comfortable seated place. Touch for the throat chakra. Clasp hands together, place knuckles right under the chin. With our inhales, the chin drops down, elbows float up. With our long, slow exhales, The elbows come a little bit closer together. Maybe they're touching. This exposes that throat area. Don't go fast enough that it hurts the neck. Just take a slow breath pace. Inhale, chin down. Exhale, chin lifting. Three. Two. And one. When the chin comes back to neutral, keep the hands clasped. That slides behind the back of the head. Chin drops down. The weight of the arms helps to invite the chin just down into that neck stretch behind the back of the head. Throat chakra is a nice turquoise color. So visualize that area surrounding not only the front, but also this back half of the neck. Take another good inhale. Exhale. Softly release hands. Let the head float back up. From here, let's take it onto hands and knees. We'll go through a couple of cat cows. Those are extremely useful in helping all those chakras along the spine find a way to work together. Inhale when the heart is arching down. Exhale when the heart is rising up. Another 3 cycles. From here, rising up to a high kneeling place, we'll set up for camel. Tuck the toes if you'd like to have that extra couple of inches. Hands are welcome to stay at the back since this is still early in class if you wish. But we start to push hips forward, lift the heart up, lift that throat up. And maybe a hand drops down to a heel, sometimes both. Whatever amount of arching in the spine will work right here at this point. Try to take one more huge breath in. Exhale, chin comes in. Walk the hands back up to the low back. And sit back to a nice child pose. Feel that spine getting a release forward. In child, we get to set the forehead down to ground. If that's not happening, you can stack hands to make the forehead rest down, or you can widen knees. That forehead down is a light engagement for that third eye chakra. Our ability to see clearly, both in the physical world and in deeper realms. Spiritual eyes, emotional eyes. Enjoy this spot, another 3 good breaths. As we're heading out, we're going to take rabbit pose. The hands swing through the sides to grab the heels. The forehead stays down, but we rock up to crown of head as we lift the hips up. That crown of the head is the last chakra. Just feel that gentle massage by our weight pressing down. Just another count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sit the hips back, slide the hands forward, setting up for downward facing dog. Those legs lift up high, engaging sensation back to the roots, but also letting all those chakras have this chance to be inverted. Hanging down is a good thing for the upper 3 chakras. It's extra blood flow to that area. Movement is fine, stillness is fine. Do 2 more breaths if you're doing okay. Walking up toward the top of the mat. Enjoy a nice forward fold, maybe clasping hands. So take pinky fingers behind the back of the neck, kind of at where the base of the skull meets the neck. Just feel that gentle kind of release in. Inhale. Nice exhale, hands release. Next inhale to rise. Feel the heart open, through a slight back bend. And hands to heart. Good. Walk the feet in. Kind of rise up to tippy toes, and if possible, stay in the balance. Hands need to come out to the sides to be to the balance beam arms. That's beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, right leg floats. Clasp around the thigh if you can. Keep this leg forward. Nice extension, working in the red root chakra. Huge inhale. Exhale, release. Swing it through, arms float back. Warrior 3. Hands softly drop down. Set the back toes down. Right hand to floor, left hand up to side. So we've got some sensation opening up the outer hip, as well as this nice twist for that 3rd chakra. Have a huge breath in. Out. Bring hands to the inside of that front foot. Maybe the front foot walks a little wider. The back knee is welcome to lower. Take a nice opportunity to be in lizard pose. Feel the hips open nicely. Inhale, exhale, walk the hands to the floor, walk the hands up to the knee, keep sinking the hips forward. We're taking a bit of a back bend here. The easy version is have hands on the back side of the hips, just arch the heart up. If you'd prefer to bring the hands up or open, those are also options. Huge inhale. Nice exhale. Hips back, front leg straight. Drop hands down. Another good breath in and out. As this left foot comes back, we're taking dolphin pose, lower to elbows. One hand makes a fist, the other hand hugs around it. Tuck the toes, lifting hips. Walk the feet in. Just breathing here is fine. Lifting one leg up and setting it down, and then the other leg up, setting it down would be adding difficulty. Your choice. Whatever we're doing, let's hold if we can for another count of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lowering down to child pose. Set the knees wide enough that forehead can try to drop down. Allow that third eye again to make contact with the earth. Take another rabbit pose. Hug the hands around the side so you can wrap fingers around the heels. From here, as you lift the hips up, you naturally rock up the crown of head. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the hips back. Rise up, sitting on the heels like a hero's pose if that's comfortable. Just allow the right ear to drop down to right shoulder. Good. Head up, left ear to left shoulder. Beautiful. Head back up. As we take it to downward facing dog, let that neck be nice and loose. Maybe even kind of shake it out a couple of times. Easy movement. Coming up to top of mat, forward fold when you're ready. Let the head drop down, chin rocking in. Another good inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Hands down to heart. Taking big toes close. Send the heels back. Feel the strengthening through the legs. We try to lift the heels. So more squeezing inward. One more breath in. Exhale, lower the heels. Hook the right wrist for a twist. Left arm opens. You can always go to elbow if you wish. Good. Hands back to heart. Hook second side. Back to heart. Straighten the legs. Let this left knee start to float. Maybe clasp under the thigh. Let that leg extend forward. Another breath flows in. Out. Warrior 3. The hands, drop the back toes. Lead the left hand down, right hand twist up. Inhale. Nice exhale. Fingers down. Lower the back knee. The toes can work their way just a little to the side, so open on the inside. Lizard, maybe we lower both elbows. Starting to work our way up to hands, left thigh. Sink the hips forward if you melt it back at all. And a slight back bend. Maybe even just keeping hands on thigh to arch is safe. Hands to low back or the other options. Also beautiful. Good. Another inhale. Exhale. Hips over the back knee. Front leg straight. Drop down. Space for that hamstring to open. Another breath flows in and out. Sliding this leg back. Back to dolphin. You had those first two options. Holding still is fine. Remember to walk the toes in for that extra slight challenge. Lifting a leg up and down is also fine. If you'd like to lift up with some momentum, sometimes the second set of toes can lift briefly off the ground. So whatever we're doing, we're trying to hold for another count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Child pose. Third eye area gets to rest. Feel the breath flowing. Rabbit pose, hug hands around, grabbing heels. Lift hips up, rock up to crown of head. Inhale. Exhale, release, downward facing dog. Up to top of mat. Take another good inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Hands to heart. Right knee floats. Left hand comes to the outer part of that knee. Try to twist, spiral the spine open. Turning forward, feet drop close to one another, sit back fierce, come to the twist to the other side, so right wrist hooks to left side, or drop to elbow. Gaze down at the floor, shift your weight into left foot. When your balance is there, right foot slides back. Good. As that heel drops down, float the arms up to sky. As we clasp our hands behind our back, trace the hands down. This opens up the heart space. Feel the throat exposed open. Huge inhale and exhale. Feel the arms pull into that stretch behind us as we bow forward. Rocking that left shoulder close to left knee. Beautiful. Hands drop down and release the clasp as you sweep back up to warrior 1. Open up to warrior 2. From warrior 2, we're opening up through root chakra. We've got sacral chakra through this hip expansion. Let's also add throat. We're taking our right hand to our low back. Left hand tries to come in, grabbing that right elbow. And then lean the head to the back of the mat. That should stretch left. head up, grabbing onto the right elbow if you can, and tilt the head up to top of mat. Beautiful. Release back up, open the arms left and right. And turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. Dive down, wide angle forward fold, those upper 3 chakras, getting that chance to kind of release down. Feel what you can do to help get the crown of the head, almost like a magnetic attraction, closer and closer to the earth. Softening through the knees, roll the spine up, front toes turn forward, taking a triangle pose, open the arms back out, left hand reaches forward, feel the back hip tilt up, land left hand to shin, right hand up to sky. You can either stay here in triangle or take half moon pose. For half moon, the left hand goes to the floor, the outside angle of that front foot. Top arm and leg float up. Try to reach them higher. Another huge inhale. And exhale, whether you're triangle or not, we're all gonna come up to the top of the mat, forward fold. Maybe if we liked it before, hand clasp. Place the pinky fingers at the base of the skull so that helps to round the back into the stretch. Good. Releasing the hands. And then following inhale helps us rise. A little arch up and back. Hands to heart. Good. Standing on right foot, left knee floats. Right hand takes over the side of the knee. Try to spiral the rest of the spine open. Turn torso forward, set the feet close to one another, sit back chair, and twist the other way. Left wrist hooks, right arm opens, or slide to elbow. Down at floor, shift your weight into right foot. And balance is there, left slides back. Another breath with the twist. And as back heel sets down, fold the arms up, warrior one. Press hands behind your back. As the hands pull down, lifts the heart up. Lift the throat. And bow forward. Release, sweep up warrior one. Open warrior two. Right hand comes to the low back, left hand tries to aim for the elbow. When you've got that, lean the head to back of mat, stretching the right neck. Good. Head floats up. Grab for left elbow if you can, and tilt the head to top of mat, stretching the left. Good. Float back open warrior two. And turning the toes to the long edge. Again, just let all the chakras dangle down heavy. The whole spine getting more length, more space. Gravity, honestly reminding our spine how to be taller rather than shrinking over time. One more good inhale. Exhale. Soften the knees to roll up. Turn the front toes forward, open the arms. Front leg is straight. Triangle, reach the right hand forward to land it onto shin, left hand to sky. Maybe half moon. One more inhale. And exhale, we all come up to the top of the mat, forward fold. If you really like that hand clasp, again, take the pinkies to the base of the neck, throw the head in. More good inhale. Exhale. Lowering the fingertips down. Slide the feet back. Child pose, down dog, or a flow. Replace. Good. And whether from kneeling or from down dog, we're going to shift to pigeon. Right leg comes forward. Before we head to sleeping pigeon, we let all those chakras take a nice little heart opener, nice little back bend. Maybe grabbing for back toes, maybe not. Maybe just finger support us lifting up. One more inhale. Exhale, soft, gentle release. Perhaps especially allow that third eye to rest down, such as stacking the palms, giving it something easy to rest on. Breathe spaciousness into the hips. Relaxing here for another 3 rounds of breath. After those 3, we can take it to kneeling or to down dog, whatever recovery shape we like better. And some movements, getting the whole spine, the whole hip area to wiggle around. Keep on recovering until you feel ready for second side, and then left will slide forward. Remember the back bend before we rest, whether we're on hands, just arching the heart through, or maybe trying to grab right hand for right foot. So even the throat open. One more inhale. And exhale, softly release down. Feel as if that hip area has more and more space available. 2 more breaths right here. Heading out. Take another recovery shape, kneeling or down dog. Let those hips wiggle around. Good. So we're going to take this to a seated place, transitioning toward either, I'll basically give you a couple of options. So from seated, we're going to lower down onto our back. We're either going to take the easier option, legs floating. You can easily just support the left and right legs, or we can make our way up to a shoulder stand. Some people get here from rocking with momentum, lifting the legs up. From shoulder stand, we'll pause there for 3 or 4 breaths if you're there. Let's keep the left foot up, the right foot comes down toward the floor. Maybe it doesn't touch, maybe it does. Good, switch the legs out. Beautiful, both legs together. Both legs try to come as close down to the ground as possible. May not be super far. If you do not touch the ground, leave your hands on the hips. Let's just take another 2 cycles of breath here. Plow. After that second one, slowly return hips to the ground. Let's allow the knees to be bent. Cross the right knee tightly over the left knee. Spread the arms open to each side. And the knees start to fall all the way over to left. Twisted roots. Knees float back up. Uncross and recross, left over. Fall over to the right side. And as we return back up, let the feet plant about as wide as the mat. Do a few bonus windshield wipers. Making sure hips, sacrum, spine, everything's happy. Eventually sliding open to a nice Shavasana shape. From this beautiful shape, we're going to do a psychic version of alternate nostril breathing. So rather than coming up and physically plugging off one nose at a time, we just imagine that we could only breathe through one nostril entirely and then out the other. So I'll guide us through a couple of rounds. So allow yourself to take a natural breath in through both nostrils and out both. Imagine trying to breathe in just left. When you exhale out right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. I'll guide through one more round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. As we start to transition toward our Shavasana, know that if there's last movements you need, that's fine. But if our body's ready here just to relax, let the air go through both nostrils equally. Feeling how we've taken the time to balance off the left pipe and the right pipe. And so now, in that perfect balance, we're able to just take easy breaths in and out. In each of these breaths, we imagine we're equally helping all the chakras, the whole spine, the whole nervous system, and all the energies that feeds, which includes all parts of our body, all the organ systems. All it takes is these good deep breaths flowing in and out. Deepen inhale. And exhales. Introduce little movements back to the body. Fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Actually taking a nice fetal position off to one side. Doing a few bonus breaths here. No sense of rush. Just feel as if each breath is kind of helping to top off the chakras in a good balanced way. Perhaps 2 or 3 more breaths until you feel ready to rise. So here with hands at our heart, we tune in with our body, imagining we take another snapshot like the first thing we did at class. And just feel all this energy circulating in the body. It's not that one chakra is just taking over everything. It's that we're trying to feel this flow so energy can go up, energy can go down. Just like our nerves, they need to communicate back and forth. And so with this help to all levels of our body, this extra bonus to lead us into this beautiful rest of the day, let's wrap up the time that we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.